Alright, today we're getting ready to change out the Minn Kota Fortrex and we're going to put on the Minn Kota Terrova. The advantage of this is now with the Terrova I can run the iPilot link setup and I can have my Lake Master maps, my Hummingbird units, and my trolling motor all talk to each other. And basically I can fish from the front of the boat just like a co-angler. I can let my trolling motor talk to the graph with the map and it's going to do everything for me. It'll go on its own route, control the speed, do everything I need to so I can concentrate on fishing. So this is a huge advantage, and this is something that's, you know, pretty neat coming into the to the bass world. So the items that you're going to need to do this is, obviously you'll need your Terrova. I'm all about go big or go home, so we got the 112 Terrova that we're getting ready to install. You need your iPilot link setup right here with your remote. Then what fell there is the MKA47 bracket, which is both your upper and lower, the universal bracket, and then you have an additional, the MKA48, which is just an additional mounting bracket. It's the top plate, because you're going to want to take this and install this onto the Fortrex. So when you want to change between the two motors, it's really quick and easy. Pull some pins, slide that motor off, slide the new one on, everything's already set up. So those are the items that you're going to need. We're getting ready to dive into this. We're going to go through the install on the BassCat Erya. And on BassCats, I got my side plate right here that I'll remove. I can get to all 6 of the bolts down in here to remove the Fortrex. So we're going to get that done and start the install. Alright, so as you can see, we removed the Fortrex trolling motor, foot pedal, all the cables, everything got out of the way. And then we took the bottom piece of the universal mounting bracket and we've went ahead and mounted it. And you're going to get all new hardware with it. So, you know, you can keep your old stuff as spares, but all your bolts, your rubber thick washer pads that go underneath there, your washers and your nylon nuts, all that stuff you can keep as spare. You'll get all new hardware with this. And it's actually a little bit shorter, seeing as you don't have to go through as much. But we went ahead and mounted the bottom piece. I mean, that's on there. Now we're going to go ahead and mount the top piece to the trolling motor, and then we'll slide it on here and check alignment of everything. Okay, so now that we have the bottom part of the universal bracket onto the boat, I mounted the top part onto the Terrova. To do that, you just have to remove the 2 screws that hold the side plates on either side to get to the mounting hardware. What I did do is I put the top plate on the bracket on the boat, and then I set the Terrova on top of it to make sure I have the right clearance, because the Terrova deploys vertically from the end of the mount, so you do need make sure you've got that bow clearance. So doing a little test run before you start bolting everything down might save you a little bit of time and heartache. So once we check the clearance, we're going ahead and mounted it to the top of the bracket, and I mean it's that simple. When I want to take it off, I just slide the whole bracket back, pull it off. And when I want it on, just line up the grooves, pull it in, and then there's a little locking screw that goes right in here to hold it down. So next thing that we're going to do is just kind of clean everything up, hook the power up to it, hook up my transducers, and get everything tied into the graph so we can start with the iPilot link setup. Okay, so we're complete with the project. So to wrap up, what we've done is remove the Fortrex, put on the quick adapter bracket, and mounted the Terrova to it, and then mounted the other piece to the Fortrex so I can swap that in and out. We got the Terrova on here, and then the other thing is we did the iPilot link. So by doing the iPilot link, in the box you'll get the link remote, and then you also get the new top piece. This is the iPilot system because the Terrova came with iPilot ready but not iPilot link. So all you have to do is remove the top piece off the head, and you'll unplug this one wire, and then on the iPilot link you'll have the additional USB cable. So you'll just run that USB cable down, and it plugs in and runs back to your hub so that you can work your units to talk to it. So this was actually really simple, easy to do. 4 screws and unplug one wire, connect it, and then run the USB. And you also have your remote. So now we're iPilot link ready. Everything's hooked up, installed. I even got my hydro wave back on here, running the cable up the shaft, and I'll get that tightened up once I head to the water. Foot pedals in, all my electronics are back on, hydro wave's back in, we got power, we got everything set up. The only issue that we did have was, you know, I've got 2 units on the front, and I've got 2 separate GPS pucks for each up here. And where they were installed on the BassCat up on this side, it interfered when I mounted the quick release, this adapter bracket. So I just had to move these. So, you know, moved them, filled the holes, re-drilled and just mounted both of them right here, re-ran the wires, no big deal. But we got our 2 units, both units now running back to the Ethernet hub. We've got the iPilot link running back to the hub, and then the 2 units that I have at the console are going to the hub so that I can control everything, make my eye tracks and do everything I need to while I'm at the console, then come up front and run the eye track. So all in all, it was actually a pretty easy install, even with doing the adapter bracket, so I can go back and forth. But now it's easy. You know, I kept this as one package. You know, and I'm keeping the cables up here connected, and the additional connectors are also right up here. We just keep it kind of tucked in so that when I want to swap back and forth, it's easy for me just to undo 2 connectors, unplug it, slide this off, take my 4-Trex, slide it back on, and I did the same thing with my 4-Trex, which has a 360 on it. The power and the USB cable that I need for that, and my universal sonar, all the connectors are right in here, so I can re-hook everything up and it just stays right here nice and neat. So pretty easy setup. Now we're ready to go put this thing in the water and go play with the iPilot link. We'll shoot another video here coming up, and we'll talk more about uses of the iPilot link.